this is Tom, aka Gideon, here for Tabletop Tap Room. And it's been an interesting past 6 weeks or so with the kerfuffle over the OGL. And all of the attention has been going towards Wizards of the Coast because of the whole OGL controversy. And that means that a certain individual, Justin Lanasa, Mario Real, new TSR, has been the attention's been taken from them, from those individuals in that business. So you can expect, Justin's been busy, and so we're going to actually package a bunch of separate things. I haven't reported on him in a while. And so I'm going to package a whole bunch of material all into one quick video. Just hit it. And we're not going to go deep into any of it, but we're just going to hit it. And we're going to demonstrate how desperate this guy is getting. For one thing, is rather interesting, is that he's actually been begging Victor Dorso over at DaveCon to get back into, to be allowed back into DaveCon. He's been banned. And so you have, this is the Dungeon Hobby Shop, sends to DaveCon, and it's added TSR Justin Lanasa, so we know who this is. Very plainly, I have heard from Victor Dorso, TSR Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum, and or Justin is banned from DaveCon as an attendee or vendor. You can please you please confirm whether this is true in the negative or positive, and the reason why. And please let me know who made these decisions and who I am talking to. If I do not get a timely response, I will take this as being banned. Now, he knows why he was banned. He was banned because he was playing games with DaveCon. He had paid to attend. And then when he found out that Ernie Jr. was a special guest, he canceled his ticket, says, well, I'm Ernie's +1, so I come in for free. And Victor says, no, you can pay to come in. And then he was very abusive and abrasive to Victor's, make comments about Victor's girlfriend. And then Victor was like, goodbye, you're banned. So he knows. All right, so he's playing stupid here, like, oh, I don't know why. Why would I be banned? He was his charming self. That's how he got banned. So this played out yesterday. Justin on his knees begging, please let me come back to DaveCon. And because Victor engaged in radio silence, there were more emails and more emails. And the last one was vaguely threatening. Way to get yourself back in. So I was asking the question, why DaveCon? Why is he trying to get into DaveCon? Well, what's interesting is if you go to DaveCon, here's their davecon.net, and we go over here to vendor artists. We go to this page and we start to scroll down, and what do we find? Oh, first of all, Mystic Days and Andy Thomas are going to be there. So if you happen to be at DaveCon, swing by the vendors hall and talk to Andy Thomas of Mystic Days. They just had a successful Kickstarter. They've been super communicative. I supported the Kickstarter. Great guys. If you get a chance to talk to Andy Thomas, he is a great guy. So I just want to do that little plug. But at DaveCon, who is going to be at DaveCon? Wizard Tower Games. Imagine that. The owner of Wizard Tower Games is Don Samora. Don Samora is a subpoenaed witness for Wizards of the Coast in the federal case against Justin Lanasa. Don Samora has had to endure harassment and attempts at witness intimidation by Justin Lanasa and Justin Lanasa's alter ego, Mario Real. And so this has been, there's a track record of this. This has all been reported to the lawyers. It's all going to the court. So Justin's kind of, why does he want to why would he want to get into Dave Kahn? Well, because maybe he would be able to run into Don Samora. I mean, why would he want to get into a convention where a witness in a federal case that he's been told to leave that person alone? I think this is just speculation that he wants to get there and continue the harassment and keep pushing and pushing and pushing and see if he can't engineer an incident where Don hauls off and slugs him. But I think this is the case, that he's begging to get back in so he can be in the vendor hall and then continue the campaign. But I think he's looking for an incident where he can say, look, he attacked me. I'm the victim. And I think he's trying to muddy the waters on this whole witness harassment and witness intimidation and be able to say, well, yeah, but that guy attacked me. I'm the victim here. I was physically attacked. That's what he's after with this. And and speaking of witness intimidation, let's go to point number 2 in this video. Point number 2 is those pesky goblins. Now, I just want to say thanks to Vincent Florio, the evil GM, for showing us this. So because he, thanks, dude. Appreciate getting the heads up on this. So those pesky goblins, this is Justin's latest thing. And we could go into this for a number of reasons. We could talk about the editing, misspelling, grammar, the wholesale copying. We actually there are a number of people who are looking at comparison because we think there might actually be a copyright violation. There's wholesale cut and paste of stuff. And it looks like some of it is right out of Men and Magic from the white box. There's potentially from BX, Befriend Undead Table. It looks like it's just been copied, and then there's no explanation for any of the letters in it. But it looks like it was just copied straight out of BX. When you go there and look at it, it's like, oh, now I get what they're trying to do because they just copied it. So it looks like cut and paste copy, and that there may be copyright violations. But what's also interesting is he does not, and he could have avoided any problems on the copyright violations by using the OGL 1.0a, but he does not. So this could be an actionable thing by Wizards of the Coast against him. So we'll have to monitor this and see how much they have in sales on Amazon and through the Dungeon Hobby Shop. Because if it is a copyright violation, then we gotta start looking at damages for Wizards of the Coast. And don't worry, the lawyers have been informed. But that's not what we want to talk about here. We want to talk about witness intimidation. And so let's go to, I've actually already keyed it up here on page 44. And those pesky goblins is item number 13. Now, should say there's like about 8 pages of rules in here, and then it's like all spells, and then he completely rips off Vincent Florio's Village from his Cult of Abaddon module that they published. They completely rip it off. And I mean, this is just a cut and paste right out of that module. And except number 13 has been changed. It's now changed to Don's Odd Things. All right. Before we read it, I mean, here it is, number 13 in Cult of Abaddon. And it's Kevin's Odd Things. The shop is full of various trinkets, good luck charms. Only crazy people believe this kind of stuff. And should the PCs believe it as well, he will try to sucker the PC into paying for whatever they want. Kevin comes across as a snake oil salesman or think sleazy car salesman. None of his items actually work, and they are a sham, but hey, a sucker is born every day, right? Actually, the quote is, a sucker is born every minute. But, So going back to those pesky goblins, it's Don's Odd Things. This shop is full of various trinkets and good luck charms. Only crazy people believe it. Don comes across as sleazy, inbred. He's adding inbred. Snake oil salesman. None of his items work and are a sham. His favorite quote is, "A sucker is born every day." And so he is, and now we get a complete stat block. It's Donald O'Smiley, 4th level thief, male human, chaotic neutral. So, this is a parody of Don Samora. So, and again, more harassment. It's like, and you say, "Oh, really, Tom?" Yeah, we have parody cards in the Dungeon Crawl game for Luke Gygax, for Erik Tenkar. There was a parody card for a woman artist that used to work at TSR that refused to bow to his badgering and harassment. And so he was going to put a card in there with the word CUNT in it. And luckily, Ernie Gygax Jr. grew a spine and said, "Oh no," and put his foot down and put a stop to that. But, Ernie does approve of the game with the parody card for his own brother. So I don't know what's going on with that. But this is a parody of Don Samora. And it's put in here purposefully. It was purposefully changed, changing the name Kevin. They didn't change any other names. Just here. It made him a inbred, slimy, used car salesman. So, again, another little cheap shot taken at him. And, you could go through this whole document. It's just a disaster. And my big question on this document, the Pesky Goblins, is that why doesn't it have the TSR rating meter? I mean, they came out with this big thing about TSR rating meter. You can put the rating meter on your products now. Why don't they put their own rating meter on the product? Because this product is a little bit problematic. It's got cannibalism in it. It's got slavery. It has on the random loot table, one of the listings is newborn infant in cradle. Like, what's going on with that? The goblins are not going to take a newborn infant to make it a slave. It can't do any work. What are they taking a newborn infant for? More cannibalism? I mean, this thing needs a rating meter, an advisory. Not appropriate for 10-year-olds. Not appropriate. This is an adult product with adult themes. And I'm not saying you can't put those themes in there. You can. But you need a rating meter on there because this is adult content and you need to warn parents. It's not a good retail product. It is not retail ready. I mean, just on the editing and the layout, which are just a disaster. So, Pesky Goblins, it's out there. You can buy it $20 on Amazon. I'm not sure what the price is but it's a whole copy and paste. And when you get to the back of the book, there's like 4 blank pages. There's basically no content. It's all copy and paste is what it looks like. So very problematic. And then more harassment of Don Samora. Now, our last item to report is on this amended filing by Justin's lawyer in the court case between him and Eric Stina, aka Erik Tenkar, Tenkar's Tavern. And this is Justin's lawyer is not doing his due diligence. Justin's telling him things and he just puts it in here and he doesn't double check to make sure it's correct. And Justin hasn't always been accurate in things that he said. And it shows in here. Like one of the videos, it's, we're not going to go into it point by point for a good reason, but to just give you an example, one of the videos, it cites in this video, gives you the YouTube address, and then it gives you a timestamp. And it says that Erik made this statement about Justin. And, and it sounds kind of damaging, that, well, when you go and you play the thing there, Erik's actually reading posts by Chad Revenge. So it's Chad Revenge's statement. Erik's just reading it to report on the what's going on Twitter, because Mario Real, aka Justin Lanasa, then there was Chad Revenge. We weren't sure who Chad Revenge is. We think we figured it out now. We think we know who this individual was, so there was all this stuff going on YouTube, and he was on Twitter, and he was reporting particularly on the Chad Revenge posts. And so he's just reading what Chad Revenge stated. They try to characterize it as this is what Erik said. Erik's reporting on it. Okay, that's not Erik's statement. So they misrepresent repeatedly in here. Now, the lawyer is clown shoes, total clown shoes. He's not done his due diligence. And when they go into court, it's not going to go well, because as Erik's lawyer responds to this, the other lawyer is going to be made to look bad. Didn't you do your due diligence? Why are you putting this in your complaint? Why are you, he's going to have to explain this to the judge, and it's going to be a funny day in court. And that's also the reason why I'm not reporting on it, because there's a whopper in here. There's a big one. There's a huge mistake, like epic, get yourself thrown out of court mistake in here. And I think it's going to be more fun for them to go into court and have to explain that than for me to report on it. So I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm just gonna say, trust me, there is a huge whopper of a mistake in here, and it's the kind of thing that just shoots you in the foot in court. So, and I can't wait to hear what the judge's reaction is to it when he finds out. Trust me when I tell you this. There's a whopper in there. They have so screwed themselves. It's funny beyond measure. If I told you, you would laugh. I don't want to tell you because in putting it out there public on the airwaves, it informs them and gives them a chance at some damage control. But trust me, when it comes out, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh at this one. They are so stupid and so screwed. You almost want to pity this lawyer. He's such a fool. He's not done his due diligence, and it's going to get him in trouble with the judge. It's a wonderful thing. So this is Tom for Tabletop Tap Room. I'm having a good laugh because what I know is going to hurt the Buffoon Factory. So I want to say thank you for watching the video. It's desperation time. Clown Shoes, 3-Ring Circus with Justin Lanasa. That's the update. And I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are great. And if you have not subscribed, please do hit the like, subscribe, bell icon. Help me build the channel. But until then, keep on gaming, just not with TSR products.